Alright, moon part 2. See this right here? This is a river. And it really was a river, but it was not a river of water. You cannot have water in a liquid form on the surface of the moon because there's no atmosphere. You must have atmosphere. Otherwise it goes from a solid state directly to a gas. You see the same thing here. So what was the river made of? That was an ancient lava riverbed. Okay, so the lava was flowing, which was liquid rock, was flowing in a river form, and then the rock flowed away and it left this riverbed. And some of these lunar rills actually go underground too and make tunnels. So a lunar rill is an ancient lava riverbed. Now there's some debate as to whether the moon is what we would still call geologically active. The interior of it, eventually, you know, it started out as all liquid and then it cools off from the outside in. So the crust cools first and then it slowly cools off. The time for something the size of the moon to cool off is about 4 billion, 4.5 billion years. Well, that's how long the solar system's been around. And so it may be totally solid. If it becomes totally solid, then it's what we call geologically inactive. But if it's not, if there's still heat down here and the rock is still in some kind of liquid state, then you can still have motion inside here and you can still have some activity. We're not sure. We do know that there's lunar quakes, like earthquakes where the moon shakes, but that can be caused not by the interior, can be caused by the interior, but that can also be caused by the shifting of the crust. As it goes around the sun, the one side facing the sun is going to get really hot and the one side facing away from it gets really cool. And that's why whenever the astronauts went there, they always did it somewhere in between, what they call near the terminator, the point between sunlight and darkness, where the sun was not super high in the sky. It worked best at those phases to actually see the ground, see the contrast, and to make it all work the best, if you're going to do that. Alright, so I want to spend some time talking about the astronauts going to the moon and what they found out. It's a whole different beast for me because I grew up and I remember this occurring. Now I was not very old, I was like 5 years old. Actually I was 6 years old, technically, when they first landed on the moon, but I remember it. And so I'm going to talk to you about it because I realized that people nowadays they just think, oh, they just flew to the moon. Well, that's not really how it happened, so I'm going to do that in the next video.